Hey guys, this is Nefarious411 and welcome to episode 25 of the New Frontier. I have upgraded to the 17.1 version of the pack, and there were a couple of things that I needed to update. For one, the Ender chest, it was replaced with the Ender storage Ender chest, so that mod was removed while this one was added. So I went ahead and fixed that guy up, make sure that I can still get things from my mining dimension. And I think the other issue that I had was in my... Oh, there's one other that I forgot. Chunk loader. So chicken chunks chunk loader was added, and the other one was removed. So I went ahead and cheated myself in one of these chunk loaders. I think the recipe was almost identical, and I put one out in the mining dimension as well. And then in my my mob room, the one with the spawners, all of my conveyor belts were kind of facing the wrong direction, so I had to replace those and make them go the other direction. And I think that was essentially all of the issues that I had. There were a few mods added to the pack, such as Blood Moon, Ender Zoo, Neotech, translocators, things like that. And then in the 17.1, mystical gradations. I don't know if that's correct. Mystical, there's a mystical agriculture, mystical additions. I'm not sure. I'm looking at the change log. Maybe that's a typo. I am not entirely sure, but yeah, I am glad that I was able to upgrade the pack and not have any issues. Everything else is working just fine. In the previous episode, we were automating this empowerer over here with the actually additions. I went ahead and moved everything around. Probably should create a doorway here, but I went ahead and put the computer down here, a little bit more compact, using a single XNet connector for all four of these items now. And I went ahead and put my recipe back, all of the programming logic that I had. That looks like it's working out really well. I'm able to request one of those empowered diamantine crystals, empowered as long as I have some diamonds. So here I have a diamantine crystal block and some clay and some light blue dye. Whenever I hit craft, we can see that it goes over here and it's able to craft that guy up. And as soon as that's done crafting, it'll go back into the network. Diamantine. So it's 2 now, and it should be 3 as soon as that's done. We can see that guy over there. It's taken a little bit, but he's actually being converted, and we should have it soon. Please. There it is! Yay! Took a little bit. Not sure why that took so long, but that worked out really well. In today's episode, I would like to probably move my atomic reconstructor, the one that I have up here, and move it downstairs. I think that would be good, because eventually I want to clean up this entire area and have this area just for my ad hoc manual items, anything that I need to smelt or things like that. But let me grab some dark oak planks and cover that hole up. There we go. Bam. Just like that. And we'll move down here and see what we can do with this atomic reconstructor. Technically, we don't really need to see this guy because it just works. Really don't need to see this either, since it's all automated. Probably would make more sense to see the computer in the chest, but I'm not sure where I want to put this guy. Maybe in the back corner here. Yeah, this probably work out just fine. And we could probably put the laser right here. There we go. And right now, it's on the pulse redstone mode. That means that anytime that we receive a redstone pulse, it will be able to activate. And it has power, which is perfect. So now we just need to be able to drop blocks. One thing that I want to do is remove that corner so that the pattern looks right. That looks fine. All right, so we need to be able to drop blocks and probably need to put that on maybe a pressure plate or something that can basically make the atomic reconstructor function. What other modes do we have? So let me grab a redstone torch, craft one of those guys up. Right click to toggle. Pulse, deactivation, pulse, deactivation. Okay. I am not entirely sure. It looks like there's only the one. So, and we probably need to pick things up. I know that with actually additions, there are a couple of things that we can do. Is this not working? Oh, that's not JEI synchronize. That would explain why I wasn't seeing anything. Alright, so there is little devices in here, such as the range collector. I might want to create one of these. That's a little bit of coal, creates a void crystal. Well, what I could do... Probably don't want to have the laser go all the way down, so I probably need a block there, maybe some glass or something. Let me go ahead and request some glass right here. Let's go ahead and craft that guy up. Still need to create my cobble works because I am tired of having to wait for all of this stuff whenever it could just be auto-crafted. There we go. And my chisel right there. I am not sure. I like the steel framed. Looks more industrial. I'm not sure if this laser will go through that or not. Nope. It just stops right there. Cool. So I could put like a pressure plate here. So let's grab a couple of these, and it has to be the wooden panel one. I said panel. The wooden plank one, because of the fact that it needs to be able to activate on items being dropped onto it. There we go. So that is not connected because of the fact that it is far away. But I wonder, oops, if I were to put this guy right next to it, it kind of stops the laser beam. That's not good. I wonder if that's going to be a problem for it stopping the laser beam at the pressure plate. We'll have to play around with that. But essentially, if I were to get some coal, let me grab a few pieces of coal. And let's say that I have some redstone. See, that's the thing that I need to figure out. Since we don't really have any conduits, do we have any conduits for redstone? See, these are just energy conduits. Redstone, redstone, redstone. I don't really see anything in regards to a redstone. Redstone tool. Oh, a redstone sword. That's kind of cool. Huh. 7.5 attack damage. Really not that much compared to what I have right now. So here's some iron wiring, but I don't think that's going to be what I'm hoping it would be. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have much. There's random things, redstone interfaces. I am not sure what those are. But we do need to be able to drop items on it. So let me come up with something. I know that there might be a couple of things in here, like a dropper. Well, here's a precision dropper. Let's go ahead and run up here and let's create some of these things. Precision dropper is going to require a normal dropper. Looks like I need one of these coils. There we go. Alright, cool. So we'll be able to drop things on it. And we also wanted one of these guys, ranged collector. That is going to require a casing. Range collector. What happened to that? Iron. I know I made that. What happened to it? Actually, additions. Am I just losing my mind? Because there's been things that I've been crafting. They just keep disappearing. Iron casing. Iron casing. Let's try that again. I know that I've created that. Casing. What? Something is eating my items. What is eating my items? Casing. It's just not there. What in the world is eating my items? Because that's like the second thing that is eating my stuff. What? What? Alright, so that's really bizarre. If I were to do a recipe for this, I swear I already had a recipe for this. Let me just put that in there and say casing. Yeah, you saw it. I don't know if you saw it, but I saw it. It was there for like half a second and then it disappeared. Something is eating my materials. What is going on? It's not like exporting into here, is it? Oops. Well, so much for that pattern. I do not know which ingots I had in there. Oops. Yeah, it didn't retain. Ugh, that sucks. I have no idea what's happening to my items. They're just going into the void. Let me pause it real quick, see if I can figure out what's going on. I am not entirely certain if I understand what is going on with us, because anytime an iron casing goes in here, casing, it disappears. Alright, I'll be right back. Well, I have no idea why it's doing that. I created one of these machine casings, and that's with refined storage. If you remember, whenever I was trying to make this wood casing for a storage crate, it was disappearing as well. So there's something with actually additions, things that start with casing or has casing in the name, kind of disappears. I am not entirely sure, but that's like eating up my resources, which kind of stinks. Let me go ahead and create one of these guys. Yeah, I really don't know what to say about that. Let's go ahead and create these void crystals. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about that. That's just bizarre. Alright, there we go. So a range collector and some redstone, maybe? I don't know. let's see what I can do. So in here, we basically want to be able to precision drop items, just like this. Kind of wish it was a little bit better, like maybe in the ceiling. But that means that I would need much more glass to drop things. So if I were to do that, you can see that it's able to drop things. I'm not sure if I like it that distance because the laser could go off while things are streaming down, and that might actually cause a problem. What just happened? Did this just duplicate my items? Okay, apparently there's a dupe bug with the precision dropper. That's not going to be very helpful. Now I have over 2 stacks of redstone, because if something were to put a single redstone in there, it's just going to keep flowing. That is not ideal. Man, does that happen on everything? Clocks. Drop some clocks. No? Didn't do it on that one. Didn't do it on that one. Huh, just redstone. No, not redstone torches. I'm just trying to dupe everything. Dupe all the stuff. Nope. I have no idea. Something about redstone. What about iron? So let's take a look at, coal. Let's take a look at coal. Does this dupe? No, that doesn't dupe. Just redstone. Well, that kind of stinks, because I was hoping to be able to use this precision dropper, but it doesn't look like it's going to allow me, because I don't want this to just constantly convert redstone. Well, back to the drawing board. Alright, I am back, and I've been playing around with different ideas, and one of them is by putting the atomic reconstructor on the floor, just like that. This actually works, so if I drop an item on top of it, it just goes up just like that. So that might actually work for me. So now it's just a matter of getting this range collector. Let me just put that guy right there, and let's whitelist things that we want to allow, and one of them is going to be void crystals. So if I were to throw a few of these on there, should be able to collect those void crystals. I don't think this requires power. Redstone mode. There's something that I'm supposed to do. Metadata, ignore MBT, ranged collector, right? Whitelist. Blacklist. What is the range on that? I thought the range was fairly high. Is it not? Let me put an item down here. Are you able to collect that? Does that require power? Hello? Expecting metadata. That should have worked. Whitelist. Void crystal. 4215. Oh. Wonder. Well, that's ignoring any kind of MBT or any of that. Let me get rid of that. No? Why you no work? I don't think it requires power. Let me see if it requires power real quick. I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't even connect. Do I just have this completely wrong? because that is the item in here, and this is the whitelist. Why you no work? Did I grab all those? Yeah, I grabbed all those. Alright, so I need to figure this one out. Sorry about the pausing, but things are just not working out for me today. I had all this planned in my head, but it's not working the way I would hope. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, well, playing around with the different redstone mode, it finally worked. I thought I tried it in this deactivation mode, but apparently not. So let's go ahead and try this again. And let's just throw a piece of coal up here and see if it gets picked up. Come on, pick it up. That is not picking up. Let me move this. Maybe it's just slightly out of range. What is the range on this guy? Alright, try that again. That picked up. That picked up almost before it converted. Okay. What is the range on this? Well, it's able to get over there, but not right there. So it looks like it has a fairly small range. Oops. Let me just put it right there. Might move this back a little bit further. Probably wouldn't hurt. I just don't want this to interfere with any other recipes or any other things that I might be crafting. So that is one block, maybe 2 blocks back, maybe right there. Is that still configured? It is. I like the blocks that retain recipes. Does it still pick up there? It does not. What about right there? It does pick it up right there, but what about there? I guess that's not terrible. That's weird. Isn't that further than that one? Because it's picking that one up, but not this one? That's weird. I'm not sure why it has a longer X range than Z range. But that's gonna work for me. I like that. Okay, so now it's just a matter of dropping crap onto it and importing back into the network. So I could just go ahead and add an importer to this guy and make some really terrible wiring here. Let's see. Cable. Don't have any cable. Let's go ahead and grab some 10 of those. Or 12, whichever. There we go. That'll import. Nice. Cool. So that took care of that. I do need power to my atomic reconstructor. So let's go ahead and run a power line there. Oops. Is that in the way? And you come back. There we go. Now we have power to that guy, and I am stuck in here. Alright, cool. Yeah, I need to fix all my wiring, but I kind of like the ability to put a pressure plate right on top. That seems to work out pretty well. So now it's just a matter of dropping things, and we identified that the precision dropper from Actually Additions wasn't going to work for us. So let's take a look at the other dropper. I know that there's an iron dropper here from Random Things. So let's try this guy, see what he can do. Technically, I don't really have to drop it straight down since it's gonna kind of be enclosed here. You eject continuously while powered. I don't want to power this. Wow, powered. Okay, that's the one that we want. Just eject continuously. Oh, you know what? That's a problem that I didn't even think of. Because of the fact that this pressure plate is like down all the time, and things aren't getting collected off of it, it's not going to go again. Because that's a constant redstone mode. But if we were to do it that way, would that work? Because it'll just keep firing while it has a redstone, right? I thought. Deactivation. Pulse. Deactivation. Oh! Why isn't this working? I thought deactivation... Okay, let me look this up. Alright, so I decided to change things up a little bit. I went ahead and put my Reconstructor at the top, and what I'm going to do is, while this pressure plate is down, I essentially want a NOT gate on this, because if I were to put this one in deactivation mode, which I use my torch down there, so let's go ahead and grab a few redstone torches, and if I were to put this in deactivation mode, it means that it will stop when it receives a redstone signal. So what I need to do is make sure that this is on a NOT gate, so that whenever this has a redstone signal, it will turn off the redstone signal going into the atomic reconstructor, but then when all of the items are off of it, it turns on the redstone signal to the reconstructor. So I went ahead and put a redstone torch here just to demonstrate. If I were to put an item on that pressure plate, you see that this turns off. So now it's just a matter of getting redstone all the way up, and that shouldn't be too terrible. I don't think I can use... let me just grab some stone or something. Hardened stone will work, I think. I hope. Does that turn off? No, it does not. Let's see. I need... There we go. That turns off. But then whenever I put a redstone, it turns on. So it's just going to toggle back and forth all the way up this wall. Just like so. Let me just get rid of some of this dirt. I don't know what happened to my shovel. Shovel. Well, here's an iron shovel. Might as well use this one up. Yep. That's what I thought. Alright, so let me remove a couple of these blocks so that I can see this in action. So if I put a torch there, it's up. What in the world is happening to my FPS? Just dropped down to like 3. If I were to try to throw some coal down there. Well, let me get rid of that block. Okay. That turns on the torch. Nice. That is exactly what I was wanting. So now, if an item drops there, that turns on. So I want something here that turns this guy off. And now that that's on, we probably want to put this one in deactivation mode. There we go. So now that it has a redstone signal, it will be off. But if I put something on it, it should turn on. It's a little slower than the other pulse, but this actually works. So if I were to put a bunch of stuff on here and just keep putting stuff on here, it'll continue to use the laser until everything is off of this pressure plate. And then once everything's off of it, then it'll deactivate. That will work for me. I like that. Okay, cool. So we essentially were able to automate this. I will need to put things into this iron dropper here. And this is using old school vanilla redstone mechanics. And let me go ahead and grab a crafter. I got 2 in here, which is very good. And here, where's my item? There it is. Probably want some cables. Ugh, man, this is getting terrible. And then my crafter right here. Oh, come on. Why can't I place these right? Ugh! Nothing will work. Alright. Looks like I'm going to have to rotate that with a wrench. I wonder if this smart wrench will work. Nope. Doesn't look like it. It's like every mod has to have its own wrench. And this one just opens up the user interface every time I use it. Alright, so that's cool. Really don't like loops. Don't think that's avoidable unless I were to move this guy like that. Still ugly, but less ugly. Alright, cool. So that should allow me to put recipes into the dropper for it to convert. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's create a recipe. I know that it's raining outside. We are going to clear that out and say one of these is going to equal one of these. So let's go ahead and create that pattern. Bring it down here. Throw it in this guy. Right there. Let's go ahead and request one of those. And let's see if that works. Where is my wireless grid? Alright, void crystal. Wow, I've been crafting a lot of these. Alright, so let's craft 2 of these guys. It dropped 2 coal there. It'll turn on my laser. It turns it off, and cool. We have void crystals in the inventory. Very, very nice. So now it's just a matter of getting some of these other patterns, and a little bit of glass wouldn't hurt. So let's go ahead and do that. Glass, chisel, steel frame. Let's go ahead and lock all of this in because we don't need to access that anymore, and that is pretty cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and create the other recipe, which is for the other redstone. It's going to be that guy right there. And a little bit of redstone. Clear that out. You, pattern, and that should work for this guy too. So let's put that pattern right here. Bam. And let's just verify that this one works. What is that called? Restonia. Let's go ahead and drop 10 on there. Should be dropping. Converted. Oh yeah. Need to remember to whitelist these things into the collector. Otherwise, it is not going to grab those items. Alright. Well, I know that I accidentally placed some of mine in there, so let's go ahead and do that again. So let's drop 10. See, there's still items there. It's just going to do it again all the way until that pressure plate has been lifted up. Restonia, and we have 10 in the network. Very cool. Alright, so that worked out really well. I am going to probably create some of the other recipes for this. If I take a look at the atomic reconstructor uses, there's 13 pages. I might convert this into using the blocks. This takes 400 CF. And this takes 40. The other one's more expensive. This one's cheaper, if you think about it. 40. I would need 10 of these to equal 400. But it takes 9. Yeah, so the individuals are actually cheaper energy-wise than the blocks. Interesting. Unless I completely messed up the math. But I have like the Inori crystal. Probably don't need to get into any of these lenses yet. Probably need to create these relays. Might be nice to create some of these conversion recipes. Wow, 20,000? No thank you. That's a lot of whatever CF stands for. Crystal Flux, yeah. I will need some for the prismarine shards because that is what I'm using for my power cubes, power cells. So let's go ahead and create one for the prismarine. Prismarine, that was which type of block? That was quartz. Yeah, quartz. Quartz. Another quartz. Prismarine. One of those guys. And I should be able to click these in here. Oops, don't have any patterns. Come on. Grab the last pattern from in here. Need to restock my patterns. Been going through them really quickly. Alright, so let's put this guy in here. And of course, this isn't going to collect them until we actually have one of these. Well, I have a prismarine right there. So let's go ahead and whitelist that guy. Ugh. Prismarine. Right here. Cool. Now let's go ahead and see if we can craft that guy up. Prismarine. 10 of those. I can hear it. There it is. And here they come. Not sure why we had the second laser, since all 10 of them were in here. Maybe as a little delay. I don't know, but this seems to be working. I'm just going to start adding some of the other recipes in here. I'm going to close off this little doorway. Just like, almost like so. I'm not sure what happened to those other bricks. That's cool. Got some right there. Cool. So that is going to work for me. So I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. I really like automating the things. We still have a few more of these actually addition things that we need. I need to figure out what's going on with my casings because I really don't understand why it like appears but then disappears. Like, why is my refined storage eating those items? I need to figure that one out. But we are getting closer to being able to reclaim the upstairs. And we should be able to move all of this refinement downstairs too. Oh, there they are. What? And there's my wood casings. What? What? Oh. Exporter. Exporter. 4163. Oh, it's because of the black quartz. Because of the fact that I'm not comparing damage. Because this is all using the same block ID, but using the colon, the damage part. That is why they were going in there. Mystery solved. Alright. Because if I were to change that back, now it's going to start exporting. Okay. Okay. That was kind of funny. Like, what is eating my stuff? Alright, cool. So that was solved before the end of the episode. Yay! So I really hope that you enjoyed the episode. If you could rate and comment down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. And also, if you like this series, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But for now, this is goodbye.